Congress has less than 2 days to prevent a government shutdown. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Jeff Pierre. Today is Friday, September 29th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. At number 1 today, lawmakers have to pass a new law by Saturday night to extend government funding and avert a shutdown. If they don't, many key federal services will come to a halt at 12:01 a.m. on Sunday. That includes things like national parks, food stamps, tax return processing, and military pay. Maryland Democratic Congressman Kwesi Mfume spoke about the shutdown during a hearing yesterday.
People are going to be hurt when this time runs out. This is not the Wizard of Oz when all of a sudden she turns over the hourglass while the Wicked Witch is standing there. These are children. These are women. These are military officers and soldiers and civilians. These are law enforcement officers. These are senior citizens looking for paychecks for Social Security. Why in the hell are we playing this game?
House and Senate members are still trying to work out a short-term funding bill, but as of last night, there was no clear way forward. And adding to all of this chaos, far-right House Republicans are plotting to remove Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker as early as next week. They say McCarthy has wasted months of valuable time over the summer by refusing to negotiate spending bills that address their demands. At number 2, Donald Trump's fraud trial in New York will start on Monday. Now, this is a different case from Trump's 4 ongoing criminal trials. He's facing $250 million in financial penalties, but not prison time. A judge has already ruled that Trump, 2 of his sons, and his company committed fraud. So now a civil court will decide whether that fraud was carried out through illegal conduct. A lawsuit alleged Tesla allowed racial harassment of its black employees. That is our 3rd story this morning. A federal agency said yesterday that workers faced racist slurs and graffiti, including nooses and swastikas at a plant in Fremont, California. The company also allegedly retaliated against workers who complained. This is the latest lawsuit targeting the workplace environments of companies owned by Elon Musk. The suit seeks damages and back pay for affected workers. And in another piece of auto news, the United Auto Workers Union is set to expand its strike today unless there's progress in talks with the big 3 U.S. automakers. The union and one of the companies it's picketing, Stellantis, which makes Jeep and Chrysler vehicles, have accused each other of violent and dangerous behavior on the picket lines. Brace yourself for number 4. Student loan repayments will restart on Sunday. The pause on federal student loan payments is ending after more than 3 years. Congress passed a law in June preventing further extensions on the pause. And no, a government shutdown wouldn't buy you more time. If it's been a while since you've looked at your student loans, check the Federal Student Aid website to see how much you owe. The Education Department also has a loan simulator tool that lets you see how you can lower your payments or pay off your debt faster. And the department offers a few forgiveness plans, so it's a good idea to check if you're eligible. Number 5.
But you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light.
Michael Gambon, who played Dumbledore in the Harry Potter films, died on Wednesday. Gambon's career spanned almost 6 decades. He was known as one of Britain's best actors, and he appeared in more than 170 movies and television shows while working regularly on the stage. But it was his portrayal of Albus Dumbledore that won over a new generation of fans. He took over the role from Richard Harris, who appeared in the first 2 film adaptations of J.K. Rowling's novels before his death in 2002. Gambon's family said he died following a bout of pneumonia. He was 82. Number 6. Some iPhone 15 Pro owners say their new phones are overheating. Users have reported that routine tasks like shooting 4K video clips or making FaceTime calls have made their new phones run noticeably hot. It's not clear what's causing the problem, but one factor could be changes in the phone's hardware and design. If you notice your phone heating up, try turning on low power mode or disabling background activity for some apps. And at number 7, the U.S. could lose all of its giant pandas by the end of next year. All of the world's giant pandas belong to China, and now China is calling many of them home. The pandas in zoos across the U.S., Britain, and Australia are only there on loan, and those agreements will expire soon. In Washington, the National Zoo's 3 pandas are scheduled to leave for China by December 7th. That leaves just 4 in Atlanta, who are also due to leave next year unless a new deal is reached. The U.S. has had pandas since 1972, the year President Nixon visited China. Officials have not explicitly linked their return to political drama, but relations between Beijing and Western countries are growing more tense. Meanwhile, in Russia, their loaned-out pandas will get to stay. This may be the end of panda diplomacy, so make sure to visit your local panda to say goodbye before it's too late. That is the show for this week. The assistant producer of The 7 is Taylor White. The staff writers are Jamie Ross and Hannah Jewell. John Taylor is our editor. Additional editing by Christina Quinn. Our copy editors are Melissa No and Francis Moody. Mixing and sound design is by Jim Briggs and Justin Garish. Our theme music is by Edith Mudge. Our director of audio is Renita Jablonski. I'm Jeff Pierre. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, and I will meet you back here on Monday.